Quick shots. So the first one we got is, of course, Elden Ring was announced in E3 and whatnot, and it looks like there was an article, an interview
George R. R. Martin
that
interview.
came up with George R. R. Martin. I forgot who the woman was or
I don't know
who did the interview or whatever the company. But she was talking with George R. R. Martin about the game Elden Ring, and he was saying that he's been worked on this, like he hasn't touched it or seen From Software in like a couple of years, basically. Like,
what did you get, Mark?
He did like a couple years ago.
I would say the main thing that we learned from this is that Elden Ring is actually a sequel to Dark Souls. So I don't think, they alluded to that at all. We just saw this awesome world, but I think we kind of speculated that, since it's George R. Martin, this is going to have some separate, story. It could potentially take years to make because you know how George R. Martin is. But no, we learned that he's been done with this piece for a couple of years now, like you were saying, and that it's a sequel to Dark Souls. So I think that's crazy. Like, that blew my mind. I was like, wow, so this is in line with all the Souls games. That's awesome.
It makes so much sense, right? When we were looking at how the characters were fighting and how the movements and stuff and the actual character, what it looked like it kind of just reminds you of nothing but Souls. So
Absolutely.
But it's great that it's not like they just took, creating a new IP and then just like stole a, the main skeleton of Dark Souls. It's like that for a reason because it's a continuation.
Written world that he gave them, right? But it's like, so it totally, like, when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what did you just say? Like, it seemed like it slipped. Like, it didn't seem like he felt like he was slipping. He was just talking normal. But like, that's probably something From Software wouldn't want him to say. But like, he doesn't know. He's just talking about what they told him.
They haven't talked to him for like 2 or 3 years.
And so they approached him clearly. I'm assuming they approached him and said, "Hey, we're trying to make a sequel here that's different than Dark Souls, and we want you to write the world and the setting and all this." And he said, "Sure."
Yeah, he said he basically gave them like a basis to go off of, and then they took it from there.
Yeah, they've been showing him monsters,
so they did what they did,
creatures, and
just to get a little bit of feedback, I guess. But
a lot of people, if you watch, that's the big thing though, is that he said the word sequel. Yeah. That's the big thing, and like, it's all the buzz right now. And people are like, no, there's no way. He can't mean that. He must mean a spiritual successor. Like, Dark Souls is the Demon Souls. And it's like, for me, right now, in this moment in time, I'm just going to take the dude at his word. Yeah. I'm going to assume that the dude knows what a sequel is, or he wouldn't have used the word. Yeah. He didn't seem hesitant. Like, I think it was a sequel or some successor. Like, he used the word sequel. Like, he felt confident about it. He said it confidently in the interview. That's like, okay, well, I'm just going to take the dude at his word, and this is a Dark Souls sequel.
So what does that mean, though? It's Dark Souls 4 Elden Ring?
Well, did you know that Elden Ring was actually originally intended
to be a placeholder or something?
A DLC for Dark Souls 3, another DLC for Dark Souls 3. The concept for Elden Ring was intended to be another DLC for Dark Souls 3. No. But they ended up expanding it and making it a much larger thing. And so I think when they approached George R. R. Martin, it was all related to Dark Souls. And so this is a Dark Souls sequel, right? And I think, it'd be cool. They do use the words like the Ember of Ambition. Like, they use that flame word in this trailer, right? And so it makes you think, maybe this is what the world turned into after Dark Souls 3, right? When either you lit the Ember or you let it extinguish, whatever way you chose to go.
Right.
And this is what occurred. And supposedly there's multiple endings in this game. Dope. And you're right. It's a hub. Just like, and I said Shadow of Colossus. It's identical to Shadow of Colossus. You have the open world and you just kind of go into these tentacles. And like you were kind of saying, you go into the world and it's its own level. Contained level. And it becomes on rails again. And then you leave.
Right.
And then you go to another one. You can do it whatever order you want to do it. So it's definitely all these things all the things we speculated on. It is like, everything about it is what we speculated. what was it? The world changes. There's dynamic night and day.
That's
It's
awesome.
dynamic.
Nice.
So that means when it goes into nighttime, you're harder to see, but so are your enemies.
Oh,
Enemies
jeez.
change. You change. There's multiplayer that's supposed to be much more seamless.
Wow.
There's like a Pokemon collection
That's
system
all
in
I
this game.
want, dude. That's all I want is for it.
Yeah,
the
it's supposed to be a
multiplayer
seamless
a lot
multiplayer,
more
which is what I was excited
easy.
too.
Yeah.
I want to be able to. My friend sees I'm online, he pops in and then just
'Cause
joins me.
I never do the multiplayer in the Souls games because it's like really clunky and it's
Yeah.
not like super like, oh, turn this on.
It's not a
Like,
guarantee.
it's like you gotta
Join
have
party.
items,
Yeah, you gotta do this, right?
You gotta go
click-
somewhere, put something on the ground. I'm like, nah, I don't. So
I
I just
know.
play the Souls games solo. But I am interested to see
Hop
how,
in, hop out.
Yeah.
But also, there's like these Pokemon aspect to it. You collect the monsters' souls, and they become like your spirit.
Tools.
You
to
throw them out
use?
as like a spirit, and Hideko or whatever the creator is, was because he had an interview about this, and he was saying that these souls are like a facet of your build.
That's
So
dope.
you use them normally. They're like a facet, and you can
Feels-
swap them in and out
That's dope.
and use different ones. So you're like collecting them like Pokemon. It almost seems like.
Feels a tad like Neo too,
Well, yeah,
because you know how you had your different spirits and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you
would
utilize your
activate
spirits
it.
for your builds. Yeah, you
Yeah.
activated, and they would cause an ability or whatever.
Yeah, I
and
think
that
this
was
is
like
similar.
a level up from Neo.
And
Because
you
Neo,
would collect
you
the
couldn't
demon
do
souls.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked that. That was a lot of fun. I loved
Yeah,
collecting
I
the
mean
demon
those
souls. Yeah.
those bosses would be dope, and then the fact that you got to use like the abilities or whatever that they had, as well as the spirits that you claimed. So like Neo, you had two different things that you could get. You
Yeah.
could get the boss abilities that you got, with guys. Everything on the map could drop an ability, and then you could utilize
Every
that
demon
ability.
Can drop a soul.
Right.
This seems like this will be similar. Honestly,
that-
I don't know how many slots because I think on Neo you have like 2. I think like you use like 2.
You have
demon
4.
abilities?
You have
But-
4.
But it's all about what they cost, right? So like,
Yeah.
you can only fit like 2 powerful ones. It's about what you can do. It's like 2 powerful ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna make it in this one.
I just hope there's no stat requirements because I mean spells and things that make sense. You need certain,
Yeah.
Oh,
you mean like
attributes.
in Dark Souls where you need like a certain amount of strength to
Yeah,
put
yeah.
the spirit on?
I'm hoping that
Yeah.
it's a little more open to,
Yeah.
With Neo,
accommodate whatever build you want. Like, hey, I have a strength build, but I want to be able to use this particular.
He kind of implied that. You remember in the trailer where he does that slice and then spins back, and we're like, oh, I remember that from Dark Souls.
Mhm.
That's to a specific weapon in Dark Souls. That was a weapon art.
Right.
In this game, it doesn't matter what weapon you're using. You can put whatever weapon art you want on any weapon you want. It's kind of like what you're implying. So I can have a rapier and do that move.
That's dope.
Like that's neat, right? It's
That's
much
really
more
cool.
customizable.
That's
So this
way
sounds
better.
like it's much more RPG, much more customizable.
you just gotta learn some skills.
Newer
I mean, I'm
things
sure they
to
have
collect.
two-handed skills and one-handed
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah.
But
You gotta learn
You
the
could use a
skills.
flail
Yeah,
or a
exactly.
sword or whatever.
And
So-
then there's magic, of course. This is just
Gotta be
everything
magic.
wonderful.
I think I'm
right?
going with a magic build, man.
You did the
I
magic
love
on
magic
Demon
builds.
Souls, right? Yeah, I always
Demon
go
Souls
with, I
and
always
Dark
go
Souls.
with
I've
the
always
sword,
gone
man.
with a magic
Me
build.
too.
I always go with the
I
sword.
always go like
man.
a strength, and I'm like
Yeah.
a knight.
The
just
magic
freaking
is
through.
just-
I'm a knight too. I always
Yeah.
go
The
with
magic is just so OP.
It does
man.
seem OP though. Any range, I feel like ranged in any Souls games is OP as heck.
And I
Yeah.
mean, you still have a sword, so
Yeah.
you still get to shish kebab
you
something
need
if you
to,
want.
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
if you gotta run up on something or
I
you
never
run out of
dabble in the
magic,
magic,
but-
man. I know
Me
you do,
neither.
but I never usually dabble in the
Man,
magic.
there's
man.
so
I stick
much
to my straight
powerful
sword,
stuff.
man.
Yeah.
Slogging through one slice at a time.
Yeah, Sir Knight, huh?
Sir,
Sir Knight, knighting it up.
I was
Sir Knight,
contemplating
knight it up.
trying to build like a paladin build, because
I've always contemplated
I just
it.
never
Yeah,
done. I was like,
I
you
know.
know what?
It crosses the mind, right? But this is
Yeah.
just so much more comfortable.
Yeah, so I mean, it's big news. The fact that it's in January that it's releasing is great news.
Amazing.
I think it's gonna be cool to see, like, if you play the game, you see little things like, oh my gosh, this is a sequel to Dark Souls, right? And it just gets revealed as you play it.
Yeah, that would
know?
be cool. And maybe they bring back some of the older people that you've seen from the previous
would be
Dark
super
Souls or something like
interesting.
that. Like the
Lord of
Black
Cinder is
Maiden
there
or something like that.
Yeah, the Maiden in Black, or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, so that stuff would be dope.
I love you, me.